Hello race fans and welcome to Vloggersports here on Real Bombersports. The title should be self-explanatory enough, so I'm not going to spend time explaining it. We've just come past the weekend of Le Mans, one of the greatest racing weekends in the world. But one of the big stories I wanted to follow throughout the race is the story of Nismo with this bizarre car they have created, this front-wheel drive, front-engined prototype thing with the hybrid system and a big nose. It looks like the Batmobile designed by Darth Vader. It breaks every single law of racing, of physics, and I love it. But a lot of people don't. It's very strange. The public opinion of this car has kind of varied a bit, I find, and I felt the need to say my thing on it. So I'm going to blather at you as to why I think the criticism of the Nismo GTR-LM is a bit harsh, and why I in particular love it. The big reason I think people are hating, I hate haters gonna hate, and these people aren't haters, but the reason the Nissan is attracting some bile and some criticism is because they made such a big launch in the Super Bowl and they went, yeah, look at this amazing new car, Nissan, and it's amazing. And it's a big factory prototype team. And we look at the big factory prototype teams that are already in Le Mans. You've got Audi, you've got Porsche, you've got Toyota, all of which are used to going, right, we are here to win, and then they do win. Nissan turned up and they were like, yeah, we're gonna have a sport prototype, but we're gonna have the engine in the front, we're gonna have it front wheel drive, and everyone went, what you just said there is you're gonna put all the power in the front wheels. Okay, that's a bit like saying, we're going to have a toaster, and we're going to make it out of chocolate. Listen to us here, because we think we figured out a way that that's not going to be rubbish. That's kind of the thing, and I think a lot of people have just gone, well, what is Nissan doing? They're just piffling around with some car that doesn't work. And it didn't help that Le Mans, the hybrid system, didn't work. So people are going to ask questions. People are going to go, why is this pile of junk just wasting a spot in the race? What is it doing here? Because I personally think this car not only is great, not only has the potential to genuinely win races, but I think it is vital that cars like this exist for the future of motor racing. The lack of testing thing, a lot of people said, well, why are you just losing Le Mans as a glorified test session? That's a bit disrespectful to the race. No. Football players will tell you that they can train for as much as they want, but that first match will be completely different to anything else, and they'll learn more for it. Same with this. What better way to learn about Le Mans than do it? That there are designers in the garage already designing bits of next year's car, based on things they were learning at Le Mans this year, based on thinking, well, we could probably position that a bit better to get a quick change, so we're going to do that for next year. They're kind of scribbling down notes. They were competing in it and doing a great, I feel, pretty good job first time out, considering that they did complete more laps in their first Le Mans running than BMW and Mercedes combined in 1998. I believe BMW completed 103 laps and Mercedes 50. People are kind of saying, well, is this not just kind of innovation for innovation's sake? Is this a bit like just going, I'm going to make a helicopter made of ham? Why? Because no one's done it before. Okay, there's probably a reason why no one's done it before. I think that's a line that people are going at here. Like, why would you build a front-wheel drive, front-engine prototype? Because people have done that before and realised it doesn't bloody work. But I think it's vitally important for motorsport in general that we have people who are willing to go, you know what? I'm going to try that. You're going to start throwing at me some of the great failures in motorsport, some of the great gambles. The Tyrrell P34, the six-wheel Tyrrell, the Z-Odd RC. They wanted an all-electric lap at Le Mans, it did it, and nothing else really. But one thing no one ever mentions when they go, well, look at all these failures, look at all these things. Nobody mentions the ones that succeeded. The Cooper T51, the first ever Formula 1 World Championship winning car with a mid-mounted engine. I bet you when Cooper turned up at that F1 season, at the start of the F1 season, with everyone there in the front engine, like the Maserati, Alfa Romeo, Mercedes, all that, they're all sat there going, why is your engine behind the driver? And then, oh, yeah, it's kind of beat us. Maybe we should do that. The Lotus 49, which invented the concept of wings in Formula 1. You then had the Lotus 78, which invented the idea of ground effect. Chaparral made an entire line of sports cars off this thinking. The one that most people remember is the 2J, which is the thing where it was like, why don't we, you can generate downforce with air going under the car. Why don't we start loads of air under the car? So it just sort of goes, and sticks to the ground. All of these cars would have wheeled out and people would have looked at them and gone, that's not going to work, because that's what we know. But it takes someone to go, here's what we know in this box here. Why don't we look over here? What's this bit over here? We might find something over here, we might not. And that is where the Nissan GTR-LM is coming from. That's the school of thinking it's coming from. The Nismo designers of this car were told not to make an Audi clone, another prototype, just to go and win races. Because where's the fun in that? They'd rather fail doing something completely different than win doing something just like everyone else. And I think that's fantastic. As I'm mentioning the fact that most of their driver lineup at Le Mans this year came from GT Academy. Nissan looked at Gran Turismo and went, you know how people say gamers can't drive IRL? Just because you're good at a game doesn't mean you can be in real life. Has anyone actually tested that theory? I think that's amazing, and it has blown the doors off a whole spectrum there. And for kids like me who grew up playing Gran Turismo as a kid, a gamer nerd, it's like, wow, one of us made it. And not just one, a whole raft of us made it. It takes the mavericks to do something completely out there, maybe risk it all, maybe risk failure, but if they succeed, then god damn it, we're glad they did that experiment in the first place. And if the GTR-LM succeeds, I'm glad they tried. Let me know in the comments what you think of the Nismo GTR-LM, your thoughts on it, and some of your favourite experimental race cars from down the years in motorsport, anywhere in the world. They can be failures, they can be successes, I don't mind. I've listed some of my absolute favourites right here. The link to my crowdfunding campaign is down there as well, get on it. I've got about 2 weeks left on that one, and that will be funding a sports car stop motion with the GTR-LM in it, hopefully. I will see you tomorrow over on Team Bombersports for a trailer of that sports car stop motion, the London Sports Car Trophy. I will see you right there. See you next time, Bombers.